In today's video, why did no one comment on that intro? That is insane in the last video that no one did, but today we're going to be talking about Raflow, who had an amazing run at Smash Mania this past week, and I feel like the top three in Europe, being Gluto, Raflow, and Crepe Soleil, are all kind of taking turns doing good at different tournaments, and Raflow, it was his turn here. We're going to be watching two of his sets. We already covered him a little bit in his match in Grand Finals versus Hurt, so spoilers, he got second. But we're going to be seeing him beat two perennial top players, first off being MKLeo in winners quarters, and second off being Gluto in winners semis. Flow versus MKLeo was one of the best sets of last year at UFA, so I'm really excited to see this set in winners quarters, so let's go. So Raflow is a Palutena. I mean, does have a Samus secondary, but I don't think is going to do that versus MKLeo. So here we're going to see Aegis versus Palutena. It does feel like Leo has mostly been going Aegis recently. I know I did cover his Aegis and his Cloud at Eugene Bound, so very interesting that he's kind of opting to just go Aegis and not really play the Joker as much. Of course, I'm sure he went Joker, but he's mostly playing the speedy swordsman duo. Nice warp there. I actually don't know what to think about this matchup. I feel like both characters have their speed. You know, Mythra and Pyra definitely have better ground moves, but I would say Palutena's overall damage output is a little bit higher and a little bit more consistent, and both characters have good advantage states, but I feel like the disadvantage state for Aegis is of course going to be their negative, and Palu's is really good because she has warp, good airspeed, good fall speed, etc. So it feels like even though neutral might be a little bit Leo favored, overall Raflow is going to get some earlier kills comparatively. Or at least that's my assumption, right? Okay, got the air dodge, but didn't have the right positioning to actually get a follow-up there. Tried to get the Nair drag down dash grab. I love that the Palus are starting to do that. I've seen Louis Money do that as well, where they do short hop instant Nair, but can still drag you down and just miss the final hit, which is honestly crazy. Tried to get the up tilt there, not going to hit it. The downer actually got the spike on the ground. I think if that was not the spike hitbox, it would have killed. And the edge cancel, always got to be worried about that when Palutena is in disadvantage. Oh, I like that raw Nair to keep Leo off stage. Actually got the auto cancel there off the platform to extend into this back air. I thought there was going to be lag there, but no, that was really smooth by Raflow. 47% already is a lot. Not going to get a punish. That F tilt, beautiful choice there. The auto reticle hitting as well. This can just be an edge guard down tilt back air. No dash attack instead. Probably didn't think he had the frame data to do the back air. And the up smash on the neutral got up. Look at this damage, this disadvantage. He got so much damage off of getting one hit. So that is going to be Leo finally taking the stock with the Pyra up air, but still 105. The damage is done. Nice slingshots. I love this movement right now from Raflow. Doesn't want to commit too much. Again, the lack of a really good ground move does kind of hold Palutena back. Nair drag down back throw. Should be the kill. Probably going to be the kill regardless. Oh no, Leo actually jumping into that to have a chance to recover, because if he tried to air dodge through it, it wouldn't have worked. Really smart decision by Leo. Really, the risk reward there, very aware. Up throw, double up air. I love that that almost kills. It's very funny. It's never going to kill, I'm pretty sure, but it's very funny that it almost kills. Nair drag down again. These air-to-airs from Raflow have been really on point. Doesn't get the footstool down air, doesn't get any type of downer out of shield. Footstool, gonna tech, because of course there's literally nothing else Aegis can do. You might as well be ready to tech that. And Leo swinging big and getting a couple of them, 87%, so he is bringing it back. Of course, Pyro's kill potential is crazy. Landing up air from Palu, I don't think I've ever seen a Palu try to do that. Nice dash attack by Leo, so both characters, you know, firmly at death percent here. Edge cancel, there it is. Nair trying to get these subsequent reads, because he's had Leo in a couple of those positions and is trying to just recognize what he's doing. The spot dodge and roll coming out for Leo. A forward air as well. Not gonna be able to get an edge guard. Back air, not gonna miss because good air dodge from Leo. And what was that hit from? I saw the forward smash come out, but I don't know what Raflow hit him with. Oh, he actually whiff punished it with forward air. That's insane. So that is going to be Raflow with the stock, but down tilt up smash is going to even it up on the platform. You can't stay on platform in those positions, which is kind of hard because where else do you go? Or you just hold shield more, but I don't know, it's difficult. Both characters having the ability to run up in Nair, and Leo's was victorious in that position. 2-frame with the down air, 2-frame with the down tilt. Leo's been playing this advantage really strong. Okay, but good DI by Leo there as well, not DIing into that dash attack after the down air, and he's just steadily getting percent. Oh yeah, super greedy dash attack. We've seen a couple of those this stock already from Raflow. That side B gonna hit. Misses the footstool, so nothing there, but the whiff punish on the forward air, that's not gonna kill. I'm kind of surprised. Leo basically one hit away from winning if it's the correct hit. The jab gonna make that even more hits potentially. Side B actually 2-framing there, that's kind of crazy. spacing from Leo. Try to get the weak side B to keep Raflow in shield. Grabs Clash there. So Raflow, even though he was right, Leo was also right. Up tilt's gonna whiff. That's a nair. Could be off stage. Yes, back air super deep. Weird DI, in my opinion, by Leo. DIing down and away instead of maybe up here with this nair, because I feel like that would have been like a slightly harder combo. And he just wasn't ready for that air dodge there, even though it's kind of the main thing that Aegis will do there. He's just playing super careful, and that's not super careful at all. He was trying to hit a neutral, get up with the up smash, and Leo just punishing that super easily with the forward smash. That is going to be 1-0 for Leo. Really good game by both players, in my opinion, but Raflow started to get a little antsy when he had him on that final stock. Gonna go back to PS2 as well, so saying, hey, the stage didn't have a part of it. Like, he made a couple bad decisions, right? He stayed on the platform between stocks and got down tilted when he was only at like 100, which can be pretty low for Aegis when you have the mobility of Palutena, right? Oh, nice confirm there by Leo. Doesn't get the up B though, so not gonna max out. Okay, yeah, side B. No, tag it! There's nothing to do! Nice nair, fine by Raflow getting under the Palu side B. You can 2-frame that up B. I feel like the 2-frame of the Pyra up B is a little bit easier. Missing all these out of shield options as well. Leo making it really ambiguous what side he wants to be on. And speaking of ambiguous, that explosive flame was unexpected for Leo. Just so many options you could do. Nice dash walk there, actually getting a full combo into this. Nice 50%, has the double jump as well. Leo didn't want to burn the air dodge super early, so he swings down. This is all from one hit. This is insane. Is he going to get the kill here? Okay, goes for the air dodge and swap to Mithra. I didn't even notice that because it was in the bubble. But I literally got 102% off of a single hit. Off of the dash walk, by the way. And Raflow is in this position in game 1. He was up quite a lot after taking the first stock. So if he's able to capitalize a little bit more, this can be a very, very different game. Nair up tilt, that's going to be not the stock. Pyra's heavy. Yep, down out of shield. I was like, that is a guaranteed punish for sure. Nice read by Leo. Misses the dash grab though, and the forward air is going to come out. This might be the stock actually. Yep, gets the nair on the air dodge, finally punishing it. That's the kind of thing is like after game 1 against a character like Aegis, you can kind of get a read on their recovery habits. And of course, if you read Aegis recovery, they'll die. Like their recovery is not good enough to have a lot of ambiguity. Finds a dash attack, gets an air dodge as well. My cat's going crazy. Just like how Raflow's going crazy right now. So much damage, catching the landings as well. Air dodge, like he's forced Leo to air dodge so many times. And I feel like, again, if you just can kind of start reading those kind of like the air dodges from the ledge, on recovering, like that can be a huge, huge swing for Raflow. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he got like one really, really dominant game. I mean, 2 stock is pretty dominant, but I'm saying like I could imagine him getting like a 3 stock and get the spike there. Insane option to go for, super unnecessary. I would have liked to see a nair drag down because that would have been funnier. My cat's going crazy, and that is going to be 1-1. Switching up the stage, we're going to see Hollow Bastion right now. I really like this pick for Leo. I think it's really, really good. It's good and strong for Aegis. Has the low ceiling, and by low ceiling, I mean the average ceiling, I suppose, but not a high ceiling like PS2 has. And then, of course, he gets to play center stage with the platform above him, so you're not going to have to worry about those landing full hop aerials as much, which just like makes it a little bit more ambiguous. Forward smash on the center plat. That was so good for Leo. Pulled the trigger so fast. I don't think I've ever seen that setup. I mean, it makes sense to air dodge there because you're trying to avoid some type of Mithra follow-up and then suddenly the swap into forward smash. I feel like people theorize that type of thing, like, oh, you can just swap on air dodge reads, but I feel like I've literally never seen it before. So Leo, super strong start in this game 3. And this is the first time we've seen him have the first stock lead. Nice shorten there by Raflow as well. Of course, you can shorten Palutena's teleports with the C stick for some reason. I don't know why it works. Maybe it's because you just got like a tilt. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. It's confusing. And yeah, Leo's just completely dominating right now. 3 stocks to 1. This counter pick doing incredibly well for him. If I was Raflow, I'd be a little bit shaken. Try to figure out some habits here and just go from there. Like at this point, of course, you always play hard, but at this point, you can kind of just be like, okay, if I don't win this game, that's okay. I have my counter picks, blah, blah, blah. And you can kind of just play for information at this point. And of course, Palutena is still slippery, so it is definitely possible that, you know, nothing works. Oh, he has no double jump. I think he's just dead. Oh no, Palutena does recover there. This camera made it a little bit ambiguous, so takes the stock there with the drag down. That's what I was talking about last game. 62% and a stock deficit. This is quite the challenge, the uphill battle for Raflow. These up airs soon going to be lethal. Gets punished back throw, just hoping to get an early edge guard. With the early up B, he has a double jump, so he's probably fine. But this is good damage for Raflow. Great sequence so far. Not needing to air dodge either, and the roll comes through, so Leo is safe. Again, another swap on these air dodges, dude. Leo is reading the panic options from Raflow. That was an incredible game by Leo. Some stuff I very, very rarely see or have never seen. So it is 2-1 now for Leo. And Raflow going to counterpick to Battlefield. Has a lot of places to edge cancel, so the disadvantage can be a little bit better for him. Of course, you still have those double side plats. And Leo's not going to be able to camp in the center as easily because you have that high center plat as opposed to the low center plat. Big difference. And you see Raflow trying to be a little bit more passive. Leo gets the perfect open up, going to get about 50% there, yep. And so Leo now with the percent lead and the advantage, Raflow air dodging to ledge. It can be really scary when you're in disadvantage against Aegis, because even though you're like, oh, okay, they're not doing so much damage per hit, suddenly you look, because you've been in disadvantage for 10, 11 seconds, and you're like, oh, I'm still at 90, it doesn't matter how few hits it is. That's kind of like the Sheik syndrome, except better, because Aegis still does more damage than Sheik, because everyone does more damage than Sheik. That character sucks. Leo trying to find the stock down tilt. So many empty jumps. The movement here super ambiguous right now for Leo. Raflow gets a hit, so he's still in it, of course. If you have this advantage state, you are Palu, you can just get a stock from it. That's going to be a nice nair. Gets these forward airs. Leo's not air dodging in these positions where Raflow's kind of like extending on these hits, and it's really working out for Raflow. Oh, nice down air. Found that crazy. And that is going to even up the stocks, so damn. Like, Leo's super ready for a bunch of stuff. I mean, ready for rolls that I feel like didn't necessarily make sense, and he's just super correct. Yeah, these teleports in disadvantage, so good for Palutena, and even better when there's a platform. Leo waiting a little bit on that foresight to make sure that the down tilt hit because Raflow would be on the floor. Because sometimes when you foresight an aerial, they're still in the air because they slow down so much, so you got to be careful about that. Fair coming out for Raflow, getting a couple hits. Percent's pretty even right now, and yeah, Leo just going, hey, I want my better neutral. I don't have to worry about killing you here, even though down air up smash probably would kill for Pyra. You might as well have the better and stronger neutral and then get the kill later. Speaking of down air coming out for Raflow, again, no air dodge necessary, but the empty jumps coming out. Bad DI by Leo. I'm not sure why you would DI in there. And yeah, Nair drag down, that's going to be the stock again. That's kind of the power of the multi-hits off stage. I mean, even if it hit the final hit, I think that still would have been fine for Raflow. So now he has the stock lead. Yeah, gonna drift all the way away to saying, hey, I respect the range and the strength of this character. That could have been huge. The footstool downer out of shield is actually one of whatchamacallit, Aegis's or Pyra's best out of shield options, and it is super potent because you end up killing people with it because you get like footstool downer, land on platform, up tilt or up smash or up air. It's really, really good. But unfortunately, Leo was slightly off. He's just slightly off on a lot of his footstool punishes in general. I mean, I know that happens with Joker. He doesn't really get footstool gun very often because he's just very slightly off on footstool out of shield. Which, hey, that means, hey, if you're struggling to do some option that people deem normal, sometimes some of the best players miss it too. It's okay. Okay, finds a nair, so finally getting some damage, but barely anything. Nice, that recognition of where Leo was going to be, gets that back air, and now is going to keep the advantage state. High uppy from Leo, no, goes for an air dodge there. 2-frame? I'm kind of surprised that missed, that's kind of insane. Nair not going to hit the first one, but the second one will. The speed and the recovery of that move is going to work out. Speaking of working out, that Nair and disadvantage, so potent, very strong kill option for Pyra. It's one of the most annoying things to deal with in disadvantage. It is so strong. 111% is a lot for Leo. I was going to say he can bring him back, but I mean, if he just dies on this edge guard, I don't know. Like, the strength of, Aegis's advantage state can definitely bring Leo back into this game, but it looks pretty good, and that is going to be 2-2 Raflow, soliding out that game with the back air, just finding so many good hits in that game. It kind of all came from that, like, Nair into fair that, like, wasn't a true combo, but Leo didn't want to burn a resource because, again, that's kind of the mix-ups you have to play when you're Aegis, is like, okay, is the mix-up going to work? Or like, I don't want to burn my jump because if I get hit after burning my jump, I'm almost surely dead. And then you don't want to burn air dodge because it's so obvious. So you kind of oftentimes do nothing. And Raflow has started to call that out like multiple times, multiple big hits. It happened in the game 2 that he won. It happened there in the game 4. So now what is going to happen in this game 5? Who is going to make winner side top 8? I mean, as the audience, because I'm covering Raflow here in this video and I don't cover losses. So you generally know who's going to win. But if I was watching this live, I'd kind of be pretty tense. It's been a hot set. Small Battlefield is the choice. Not able to go back to Hollow Bastion, obviously. I'm sure there's some type of DSR. I don't know the other bands, of course, but I think this is definitely good for Palutena. I love that. So, like, the thing that I kind of called out earlier with the auto cancels, a lot of times the Palutena players will do Nair and then try to, like, drag you back onto the platform to get, like, their pretty normal combo. But Raflow is very comfortable going to the floor and then getting these slingshot full hop back airs, which is fantastic fantastic. And yeah, then got an up tilt in the advantage state. Accidental air dodge. Uh-oh, bad spot for Leo. I don't know what happened. Tried to hit the air dodge, but was a little bit off. Huge percent lead though for Raflow, so this is looking good. Nice foresight in the middle of the nair. I didn't know you could do that. B drag down still had his double jump, so he was able to mix up the timing very, very well. That's really important. If he didn't have a double jump, he might have just straight up been dead. No air dodge there. Raflow definitely got punished a couple times for air dodging on that Hall of Bashing game, so was probably very aware of like when to burn his air dodge. Leo was able to bring it back in terms of percent, and now both characters kind of vying in neutral. Again, a greedy dash attack, a greedy forward smash, both players trying to end stocks a little bit preemptively compared to what their characters quote-unquote should be doing. No footstool there. I think Raflow did an empty jump. Air dodge? No. Gonna go for the 2-frame? No. Gonna go for the trump, actually, but got the forward air anyway. I love that down tilt that Leo did. Try to sneak in an A-land into down tilt, which is really, really smart because a lot of players will be pretty aggressive here. You saw Raflow actually hold back, knowing that that's a potential. Super good awareness there because a lot of characters will try to go for like some type of aerial. Like if he went for like a nair, just run up nair, this down tilt probably would have hit and it would have culminated into down tilt up air, surely been the stock, and then Leo would have the lead. So really, really good recognition there by Raflow, and if he takes the first stock, that's going to be why. Gets the air dodge with the forward tilt. Such good awareness, dude. He's so good. Yeah, trying to read an air dodge again, but you know, Raflow is now the one not biting on these air dodges, and Leo is biting on these disadvantaged options. Down air does come out after the double jump was burned, so we do have Leo getting a couple hits, but nothing to kill yet. No, fantastic DI by Raflow. Yeah, the teleport second ledge grab is so good because, of course, you expect people to go on stage, so you try to cover that, and then you give them the space that they can use to recover. Back air gonna hit. This might just straight up be the stock. Does the side B make it back? Yes, it does. We saw the teleport cancel come out from Raflow to try to chase, but the trade was a little bit too far for Raflow to get back. And actually lands. I don't think he meant to land on the stage there, so he kind of panicked in that position. So Leo does win that scramble with, I believe that was a back air. So that is going to be even stocks, but 81%. Nice parry, and then recognizing the position. So again, dude, this damage, this awareness by both players has been really good, but by Raflow especially, he's been hitting more out of shield options. He's been just a little bit more aware of Leo's movement than vice versa, and is playing really passive right now, which is really working out. The nice drop through there as well to make sure that whatever Leo did was not going to work fully because it was an air hit. Back throw. Yeah, just trying to go off stage with the recovery, or sorry, with the edge guard. I completely agree, especially when you think you have the movement, the downer through the stage saying, hey, you're Pyra, you can get downer through platform. I am Palutena, and I can do it as well. Gonna take the stock, and basically is up an entire stock against Leo right now. Yeah, lots of back airs there, some good damage, but not going to threaten a KO, not Pyra right now, and I don't think Mythra has an option that would even KO at this percent. Now the Pyra's out, so it's a little bit scarier, but the advantage there, I tried to read the double jump into the immediate warp, and the mix-ups of the shortens versus not shortens has been working out, but Leo, of course, the best in the world at down tilt up air for some reason. I don't know why he's so much better than everyone else, but that is going to be only 30% is the lead for Raflow. Had a big lead, Leo shut it down. This is an amazing set, honestly. Yeah, these back airs not shield grabbable. That one is, and that is going to be a punish, and the advantage state for Raflow. Saw the ledge hop, wanted to back up, and then Leo air dodge, and he was able to punish it anyway, hitting the neutral get up now. This is so scary. The auto radical almost killing. Oh, the foresight came out. Great angle there to try to make it ambiguous. Leo was ready for it, but weird DI by Raflow, and weird positioning made it so that the uppie wasn't a guaranteed hit. So suddenly, after a very even game, it's 100% lead for Raflow. He's only like 1 or 2 hits away from winning. Beautiful. Dude, he's starting to parry so much. It's honestly so scary if you are Leo right now. Explosive Flame forcing the double jump. We have a weird position and gets the back throw at the edge. That should be the stock, and it is Raflow winning, advancing into winners semifinals where he has to fight Gluto. But damn, that was a really good set. I feel like Aegis versus Palu is a very fun matchup to watch, and Raflow, of course, cheesing. Excited for that top 8, and let's see how he gets even further. The two French Titans face off here. First off, we're going to see Town and City. We definitely expect Gluto to want the space. This matchup is traditionally very, very hard for Wario. I don't know their set. Actually, I'm going to look up their set record, but in general, the matchup is quite difficult for whatchamacallit, for Wario, because just Palu has the bigger hitboxes. It's really hard for Wario to get in, and I remember that happening even like earlier in Gluto's career, just like, well, Chag would beat him and it would be very difficult for him. So let's see what their set record is. Like, Gluto definitely got into a good start, and recently it has been, well, never mind, Gluto got like a really big stretch here in summer 2023, and then it's gone a little bit back and forth. I don't know why Gluto went Mii Brawler. I didn't know Gluto ever tried Mii Brawler. Definitely more back and forth. Now we see a couple of players, or a couple of differences here. I'm going to be blurring the set count here so y'all don't know. But yeah, definitely a matchup that can go back and forth, but I feel like with the momentum of beating Leo, I mean, Gluto did beat Crepe Soleil, or Susu, I think, maybe, one of the Steves in winner's semis, or sorry, in winner's quarters, so, oh, I almost got a downer, that would have been insane. And yeah, like, the advantage of Palu is just super strong. Almost got a grab there. Is that going to be a stock? No, beautiful mash out that forward throw. Could have been the stock for sure because of that moving platform. I love Town and City shenanigans. Not going to get that much damage. I mean, I feel like Wario's damage output is kind of, ooh, you can get footstool downer on Wario. Okay, I wonder if it's like you have to be like the squishy characters that kind of like go really far into themselves when they get footstooled. But knowing that, it means that a lot of Wario's aerials are not going to be safe here on shield, which makes it even more difficult for Palu in these positions. Nair trying to hit the bike jump, but not going to do it. Gluto, of course, a master of his recoveries. But even so, that's still a 70% lead for Raflow. Tried to get a drag down there. Yeah, burning double jump and air dodge in those positions. It's so uncomfortable. The invincibility on dash attack and back air will also be a huge difficulty for Gluto to overcome, because he's just has to be ready for so many things, spacing wise, timing wise, and then also it's like, hey, how do you get through that back air without a disjoint and without a ton of speed? And as we see, it has been a little bit difficult for Gluto here. Gets the up air waft, and it is going to kill, so we have even stock, but having to burn waft this early is not optimal for Wario. Has Gluto caught it? Ledge, but no, Gluto finds a way out with the roll. Reaction ledge trapping as Palu's pretty difficult because even though she's like fast, she doesn't really have, oh, he's gonna go off stage with it. That was so good. Caught the bike here, of course, with the invincible back air. One thing that he doesn't have to worry about at all when he's edge guarding. First off, got a little bit of an assist from the platform, which is a little unlucky for Gluto. But a lot of characters here will like trade with the bike, but instead is able to get the hit, does the forward air there, and then is just tracking Gluto's movement, and he didn't have bike, so I'm not even sure if he could have recovered in the first place when he had to drift that far back, regardless of if Raflow hit him. But either way, strong stock for Raflow, and that's going to be some solid damage. Again, another Nair waft, but was not the half waft quite yet. I think was maybe like 3 seconds away from it, because he did the waft at like 4:30, and I believe he did the last half waft at like 5:39 or something. I'm actually going to go back and check. Yeah, just literally like 2 seconds away. So unfortunate for Gluto, because I'm pretty sure it happens at the minute marker. So very unlucky there for Gluto, and he has now not waft, not the stock, and instead now Raflow is just tacking on a ton of damage. 78% already, gets the grab as well. Platform mix-ups, the down air, so much coverage from Raflow. It is looking very, very difficult for Gluto in this position. And of course, the winner had to play Hurt. And I don't know if I've ever seen Gluto versus Hurt. I feel like I have, but I feel like I haven't covered it. Yeah, has to burn air dodge and double jump there. Nice empty jump as well. Empty jump full hop is kind of crazy. You're going to go super high with the bike, not even worrying about it, but still then has to worry about the Palutena up air, which is very, very difficult to avoid as most characters. But gets a dash attack, so we do have even game, but again, no half waft even, so this is looking a little bit scary. If your Gluto reacted to the roll, got the back air, and that is going to be 1-0 for Raflow. That half waft not being there was a little unfortunate for Gluto, only a couple seconds off. That's the kind of awareness that you have to be ready for, as Wario was just hoping to get it. So now we have 1-0 for Raflow going into this game 2 on PS2. But again, this matchup's really difficult. I'm not really going to critique him. He obviously knows the matchup significantly better than literally everyone else in the world, I would say. Like, no contest there. Oh, shield standoff, and yeah, it's going to be so good. The up air literally covers the entire platform, reads the air dodge, and Palutena is fast enough to actually hit. Like, Gluto does this a lot where he air dodges and then drifts back, but it's so hard to cover this as most characters because they're not fast enough, but Palutena has the speed and the good burst options, hits the lack of air dodge there, gets the downer, huge lead for Raflow, gets the Nair pop-up as well, so that's going to be good damage with the auto cancel as well that I mentioned. Up air, because of course Gluto doesn't want to burn air dodge early since he literally just got punished for it with the stock. Tried to get a landing up air there, but Raflow just so ready. Again, you can kind of see the issues that Wario has in this matchup. Like, I feel like it's so funny because a lot of meta characters don't lose to Palu anymore. Like, I think Game & Watch does, maybe. I mean, that might just be even. And then really just, like, Wario really struggles, and I feel like a lot of the other characters, it's kind of just even or, like, not really too heavy one way or the other. But this matchup looks and feels pretty bad. And, of course, Raflow playing incredibly well right now. We saw him play super well versus Leo. And even though Gluto's getting a lot of percent and Half-Loft is online, killing Palu is another issue entirely, because a lot of the ways Gluto gets kills is ledge trapping, and, of course, teleport makes that difficult. And the advantage, like, random, like, full hop backers are going to be a lot harder to hit because you have that warp out of shield, or not out of shield, sorry, warp at a disadvantage in general. Bike is going to be online, which makes it a little bit scarier for Raflow, but okay, yeah, it does get hit by it. Gets hit by the second one, so nice stuff by Gluto there. Half waft obviously online, full waft about 10 seconds out. And that's why we see Raflow play a little bit more passively right now, not wanting to get hit by the open up Nair, and of course everyone knows what Gluto wants there, right? Full waft is online. And so a hit can be lethal here. So now Raflow is going to play extra careful. But again, super difficult for Gluto to find a way in. Does so, but unfortunately not going to get the super correct hit. So Raflow was able to kind of get out of that position with not too much damage. Yep, tracks the movement, gets the back air. Sorry, dash attack, reads the movement again, gets another dash attack, read the air dodge, but didn't really have the space to commit, and again, wants to play safe because he doesn't want to overextend and then get like up tilted or nared and then die for it. So I agree with the decision to not necessarily super chase him there. The ledge trump not working out. I love the phantom footstool just getting out of that position. Again, you don't want to be in weird scrambles against Wario when he has full waft. It is not something that any character wants to do. Gluto has some pressure, but doesn't get anything major. And like, regardless of if Gluto wants to use the waft right now, just Raflow is playing so well around Gluto, like whatever Gluto wants, because of the threat of waft, that even if Gluto wanted to save it, he's just unable to get any type of hit, which is like so difficult. See, that's the kind of pullback I was talking about that Raflow generally doesn't go for. But with a stock lead, you might as well try to maximize your damage super, super hard. I think he got like also an extra nair because it wasn't like an air-to-air nair in the first place, so the percent was too high to get the auto cancel. Rather to get the follow-up with the auto-cancel. And yeah, just passive neutral again, Raflow not wanting to get hit. Gluto trying to find an opening in this movement, but unable to. Raflow gets a couple more hits. And yeah, like, this is just what looks so hard, right? If Raflow just plays like this from the get-go, he eventually gets up tilt wafted, but it has been such a struggle for Gluto to get anything done. And now, of course, we're going to see a little bit more aggression come out from Raflow because he's not worried about dying, because he already did. Like, what does Wario do in these positions? If he ever tries to just, like, you know, go in, then if Raflow just decides to back air, it can be difficult. Down air, no, beautiful angle from Raflow there, but good damage for Gluto, 67%. This is kind of how you make your comebacks. You have to just get a lot of strong advantage states, but misses the neutral get up there. Up air, not going to kill. He's about 20 seconds, maybe 10 seconds away from half waft. I didn't exactly notice when he used the waft. Gets the air dodge, but misses the spacing. Bike's so scary, such a good tool that Wario has. We can see a couple less empty jumps, a couple more aerials come out for Raflow. The back air's coming out. And just the explosive flame just hits, and that is going to be the stock. Raflow popping off. Was really scared of getting hit with a comeback there. But you see, I guess Gluto went for like a forwarder at a hit stun, I think, and then fast fell. If he didn't fast fall, I don't think that would have worked. But I think Gluto expected to be a little more, or have a little more time able to air dodge or double jump through that, rather before it hits. So that is going to be 2 over Raflow, trying to calm himself down. In game 3, starting Raflow, not even moving, understanding that Gluto had to come to him. And of course, if Gluto ever tried to do anything, he would just be able to hit him. DI in there to try to tech the platform. Still going to be some solid damage. Well, not that much damage from Raflow. Ooh, I like that mix-ups there. That was clean. Okay, but Gluto gets a good hit. No, I don't know if it's like the fall speed of Palu that makes comboing her a little bit difficult, but he's not even getting double up air, which is like pretty standard for Wario. I don't know if it's the PS2 platforms. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Yeah, like I think it's the PS2 platform because he's landing on them pretty fast, so you have to do like rising up airs instead of falling up airs to try to catch something. And then of course, if you don't do the falling up air, you don't have as much time to get the combo because then you have like so many more frames you have to land. And again, even with a couple of good hits from Gluto, Raflow still has a 35% lead, which is a lot in this matchup, you know, because again, you're not really getting a lot of big hits and you're not really getting a lot of back airs if you are Gluto. Yep, the movement gets the air dodge there. Gonna be able to punish maybe with a drag down nair. No, goes for a downer. Advantage state for Gluto, but again, yeah, that's the position where he gets a lot of backers against a lot of people, and it's just really, really difficult to do so versus Palu. Slides off as well, so whatever Gluto mix-up wanted to do, you know, wasn't gonna work. bike on stage. So if Raflow gives him a little bit too much space, that can be a little bit annoying. Actually going to throw him off stage, so now has to deal with the bike. No, just goes on stage, and Gluto was not ready to get a big hit. Trying to get down tilt and dash attack there, but it's not working out so far. And Gluto just kind of recovered wrong. I was looking at what Raflow was going to do, but I think just went a little bit too low, maybe a little bit too horizontal with the uppy. So that is going to be Raflow with the stock lead yet again. Full waft is online. Uh-oh, that's going to be a big punish. Yeah, double up air into forward air. Ooh, more damage. Burning double jump, has to burn air dodge. Yeah, but that nair is just going to cover it with all that activity. I thought it was going to get a spike, and I was going to be like, damn, that was an insane stock. Full waft is online. Obviously not going to use it this stock, but, you know, Gluto needs to get the kill here. Instead, he's going to get down air, back air for his troubles, and he's just trying to throw out so many moves to get kills. Back air not going to kill because it's a cross stage. So yeah, this is, again, the struggle of Wario in this matchup, is landing a solid hit on Palutena when she's in, you know, a bad position, like good back air, and that is so hard to find in these positions. Full waft is online, though, so a good hit can be the stock. No, misses his full hop. A lot of damage. That was so fast. And that's why Palutena has to play the way she does, of like doing a lot of spacing, a lot of camping, because Gluto is, you know, does a lot of damage on hit. Yeah, mixing up moving forward with the camping, of course, can be really, really tricky when you are Palutena. Trying to find when you approach to make your defense better versus when you defend to make your offense better is really, really difficult. Gluto again, air dodging off stage, but you can't really do anything about that, so I don't really, you know, it's a good option. Kind of down or two frame, not going to hit it. Try to get the nair drag down, but also not going to hit it. 81%. I think at this point, as Gluto, you're not even going to full waft here. You're going to probably keep it for your last stock. Air dodge read, yep, and gets the movement yet again. As I called out, the drift, you know, the air dodge drift back towards where you were moving in the first place, is really, really big for Gluto, really big for Wario, and Raflow super good at punishing it right now. Because, I mean, he does, of course, have a good forward air and a good back air in terms of Palutena. Obviously, back air is a little bit better in terms of damage and kill potential, but you can still get the punish regardless. I love that drift off stage by Gluto as well, making it a little bit more difficult for people to, or sorry, for Raflow to get this punish, because you expect to go through, so that's why you saw Raflow go for like a forward air when that happened. No ledge trap coming out, but the up smash on the air, on the spot dodged grab. So even game here, waft online. So let's see what type of careful Raflow can be, or if Gluto does get the one hit he needs to take this stock. That nair's not going to do it. Could have been that there, but, you know, the slight angle mix-ups from Raflow have been really, really difficult to kind of get a pin down on, because you never know exactly what she's going to do, because there's no arrow like something like the quick attacks, or I feel like there's a couple other moves, like I think maybe Firefox has the arrows. And suddenly, already 77% onto Gluto after that auto reticle. And again, you don't need a big combo, you just are getting 8, 10, 12% over and over and over again as Gluto is trying to find a way in, and he just hasn't been able to. Run up nair, no double jump right now on Gluto, probably gonna have to bike and disadvantage, yup. But if he gets hit here, that can be bad. There's no bike available for him, so if he gets hit off stage, that recovery, maybe he's gonna have to rely on waft. Gluto trying to bait Raflow in by using the bike. Oh, I like that slight hold down, even though it was a little scary. And yeah, like, look at this. And the camera's also weird because of the bike on stage. The bike might just straight up disappear, because it's been quite some time. Trying to get a bait on the grab there. Like, the reason why Gluto goes for this up air spot dodge a lot is he's trying to bait grab out of shield. Because then you can do spot dodge up tilt waft. But Raflow, knowing that, didn't go for it. Nice parry by Gluto. Again, he's just on the defense. He's on the hunt, especially for this hit. Gets hit, though. One hit can be the stock. Bike. Uh-oh, that's not going to be good. Down tilt. He held down. Still able to recover. Oh, and gets the dash attack on the landing arrow. That is going to be the kill, barely. Raflow with the solid 3-0 to advance into winners finals, where he lost to Hurt in game 5. But again, Hurt, arguably the best player in the world right now, so that's nothing to be ashamed of. Beat Luigi in losers finals, and then lost to Hurt again in grand finals, which if you want to see that set, I did cover it in my Hurt video. I would appreciate it. But like, that was just such good play from Raflow. Very, very solid play. And yeah, that's going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. If there were other characters you want me to watch or other players you wanted me to watch, let me know. I will do so. So let me know in the comments. As always, social media and partner stuff is down below. Raflow my goat, and I will see you all next time. Peace.